He's digging through the tape. Third string grind, every snap, every rep. Everybody talking first round, same name dead. Danny in the shadows, finding value in the 10. Stopwatch ticking, notebooks full of ink. Missed by the cameras, but he sees what you think you didn't see. From small schools to backups with a chance. If there's a sleeper on the board, he already made the call in advance. Danny Savage, draft guru. Breaking down the board like a pro really do. Late round legends, yeah, he's standing on the truth. Day 3, Danny turning pigs into proof. When the lights fade out and the crowd goes home, that's where the future gets quietly grown. 6th, 7th round, undrafted dreams. You connecting all the dots in between the schemes. Traits over hype, film over fame. If the league missed it, he's calling the name. Every year, gotta steal, every class got a few. When they go and show brand, Danny says, watch this dude. Danny Savage, draft guru. If it's sitting on the board, he's feeling it too. From the war room to the long shot crew. Day 3, Danny, yeah, the legends coming through. Yeah. This is Danny Savage, draft guru. Let's go. Let's get into it. This is Danny Savage, draft guru. Let's get into it.
Boom! Greetings from YouTubeville. Once again, Danny Savage, Draft Guru. If you like the video, subscribe, give it a like, hit the hyper button. Also, click on the notifications. It don't cost a dime. So I'm going to be going over a little bit of the wide receivers who ran today. I'm not going to give you everyone because I can't, because I haven't done my rankings yet. But I need a favor for the wide receiver class. See this guy? This is the Jeff Kavanaugh Star of Death. Because any wide receiver that is his number one wide receiver and any number wide receiver that he talks about constantly is 1,000% to be a bust. I don't even watch him because I feel like it's like looking at him talk football is like going to shop at Walmart. Bro, you walk out of there thinking like you're fucking Michael Hearn and you went to Harvard. Excuse my language. So when I look at him talk football, I feel dumber. So I just need some help to let me know who his number one wide receiver is. So, and I'll do another video on it, and I will just cross it off of mine because it's a guaranteed bust. I've done it like what, 4 times already? Guaranteed bust wide receivers. And he always has a sad face on. All right, we're going to talk about wide receivers. Not everyone ran. Not everyone showed up. Listen, man. When it comes to wide receivers, me personally, I think the 40 is one of the most overrated tests to base a wide receiver on because there's football speed, there's track speed. Are you strong enough not to get jammed at the line? Perfect example. Don't take my word for it. Check out South Carolina's Nick Highbar. He didn't come out. Hands like rocks. Yet, he'll get a gold medal in the Olympics. Sucks. But yet, his track speed doesn't equate to football speed. All right. Start off on top. Kid Vinny Anthony out of Wisconsin ran a 4.58. That's legit. Let's see. This kid, I don't think is getting the love that he deserves, but his name is Skylar Bell, and he went to UConn. He was listed much taller, but he came out at 5'11", 192, 24 career touchdowns. He ran a 4.4. He can move, this kid from UConn. Let's see, who else? Let's see. Zachariah Branch, Georgia, 4.36, man. 4.36. That's impressive. Jeremy Bernard, tough kid from Alabama. He ran a 4.52. Mark Brennan, 6 foot 189, ran a 4.38. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. I'm going to talk about a kid here that I just got to pat myself on the shoulder because I haven't seen one person do a video on him. It was like July the 1st or August the 1st, but it was in the summer. His name is Chris Brazzell, plays for Tennessee Volunteers. 6'5", he's like 210. Banged up in 2024 at Tennessee. He did nothing. He had like 200 yards in 2024. But I seen him in 2023 at Tulane. And I'm like, bro, this kid got jets. And usually when you get those wide receivers out, listen, Megatron comes once every 100 years. But a lot of times when you get those 6'5" wide receivers, they're just gawky out there. They're not fast. So, long story short, I said it was either June the 1st, August the 1st. It might have been August the 1st. I'm like, yo, this kid is gonna go off this year, and he's crazy fast. So let's just see. Chris Brazzell, and I did all these videos. 6'5", ran a 4.37. That's scary. He had over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. I guess I got lucky again. What can I say? Barion Brown, LSU, kick returner, punt returner, wide receiver, everything. Ran like a 4.4. He's a jack of all trades. He can do anything, Now, this kid, I was high on this next kid, and they were blowing this kid up. But his name is Deion Burks, wide receiver, Oklahoma. Small, 5'8", 190. They were blowing him up. He ran like a 4.33 40. Blowing him up like he was Rocket Ismail. But yet, his speed doesn't translate to the football field. Granted, Oklahoma didn't have Roger Staubach or Peyton Manning at their quarterback. So, he is. They were trying to say, he's round 2. He's day 3 to me. But if you get the team with a good quarterback, he'll stretch the field. You got to respect that speed, and it's just the production was not there. And I'm going to even go take a second look on this kid. But I dropped videos on this kid in the summer. Whatever. Here's another kid, Big Cat. I got to do more. I got to do more. Now I can just be bullshitting you and be like, I'm fucking honest, man. Jeff Caldwell, his name is. He plays for Cincy, University of Cincinnati, Big 12. Really no production. I think he had 300 yards this season. Big kid too. He's like 6'4". He ran a 4.32. Bro, that's crazy. Like something's wrong with this pitcher, man. Kevin Coleman, he's 5'10", Missouri, ran a 4.5. Perfect, Yo, we're like, we're going fractions of a second, man. I'm sorry if I don't come out like, oh yeah, look at this. Looking at numbers like this doesn't impress me. Watching film does. Omar Cooper, Indiana. The place went nuts when he showed up. It was like, oh, I like him. I can't say I don't. I like him a lot. Omar Cooper, Indiana, 6 foot, 199. He ran a 4.47. Former running back. He was a running back in high school. His yards after catch are ridiculous. Uh, he has good feet, good hands. I gotta look to see what pick San Francisco has. But if San Fran ever wanted to reproduce like what they did with Debo, this is the kid. But then you'll get other teams that they'll get a 6'3" wide receiver that's 180 pounds, and they try to run jet sweeps and run sweeps with wide receivers. Okay, don't get me started. But Omar Cooper from Indiana, I like him a lot. Now, all right, but I got to be careful now. I'm talking about Texas Tech wide receivers. Please, can someone tell me what is wrong with the Texas Tech fan base? You can love 90 players on that team. You critique 3 of them. Yo, they come at you like you just said something bad about their mother. Yo, it is. I've never seen anything like. I'm like, they got to be Cowboy fans. They got to be. I just never seen Texas Tech fans and Penn State fans lose their shit. Caleb Douglas, Texas Tech, nice size, 6'3", ran a 4.4. That's great. But now, for every Des Bryant, for every CeeDee Lamb, for every good Big 12 wide receiver, there are 1,000 busts. So, me also, too, because they don't play defense in the. Shut up. You got to hear this shit. They don't play defense in the Big 12. And if you don't believe me, just look at the over-unders. It's basketball scores. So when I see production in SEC, ACC, Big 10, any school, it matters more to me. I downgrade Big 12 wide receivers. Sorry, it is what it is. This is going to be another kid. I don't see it. Do not see it. I did a video on him early. I do like him. I like him a lot. And his name is Malachi Fields, wide receiver, Notre Dame. 6'4", 220 pounds. Great size for a wide receiver, but as you get older, you get bigger. He started first at Virginia. Then then transferred to Notre Dame. Had 5 touchdowns, I believe, this past season. He ran a 4.62. Yet, guys are talking like he's a first-round pick. I don't see it. Do I like him? Yeah. Is he a good possession wide receiver? Yeah. Does he have good size? Yeah. Will he go up and get the ball? Yeah. But the fact that this class is a very, very good wide receiver class, and the fact that a lot of people are going to be coming up to try to grab all these great defensive edges, D tackles, and safeties, this is just me, and it means nothing. He's day 3 to me. Is what it is. Here's another LSU wide receiver that ran 4.4, but Garrett Nussmeier, whatever the fuck his name is, excuse my language, sucked. Chris Hilton, LSU, 4.41. Telling you, every one of their wide receivers ran 4.4. Yeah, I don't know. What do you want me to tell you? It's like the guy with the dog behind me. One dog's looking the other way, one's looking, and the guy goes, "What do you want from me? What do you want from me?" Now, This is a kid. I've dropped this kid's tape now, which I'm proud of, for the last 2 years. But no one knew about this kid that I'm talking about next until Dane Brugler dropped him like maybe 2, 3 months ago and said, oh, out of all of the prospects, he's moved up the most, and he's calling this kid a third round pick. And his name is Ted Hurst, wide receiver from Georgia State. 6'3, big, physical, fast. Has the frame to get bigger. I was gonna compliment. I'm not even gonna. 6'3, big, fast. He ran a 4.42. He's gonna go round 3. That's good. Let's see who else, man. All right, there you go. Bryce Lance, Trey Lance's brother. I guess it sucks when there's not a professional track league where you could just make money for being fast. Or go out for the Olympics. What do you want me to tell you? So Bryce Lance, wide receiver, North Dakota State University, 6'3, 204, great size. He ran a 4.34. That's moving. The Lance brothers, the Lance family has great genetics. But yet, as much as his brother sucks, he's bouncing around the league making millions. Same thing with this kid. He's going to bounce around the league making millions. Yo, God bless him, bro. Jacoby Lane, USC. Nice size. 6'4, 4.48. Impressive. Kentucky, they had another kid, Kendrick Law. He ran a 4.46 at 5'11, 207. Now, another kid. Impressive, but I got to do more homework on this kid. Eric Rivers, Georgia Tech. He ran a 4.37. Then listen, I'm sorry. Usually your first is your fastest. But then he did a 4.36. Impressive. Chase Roberts, BYU. 6'3, 210. He ran a 4.65 twice. Two of the best wide receivers to ever play the game ran a 4.7. Like I said, I'm sorry if I'm not all animated and excited, but I don't get excited over this. I get excited over numbers, you know. Deshaun Striblins, Old Miss, 6'2", nice size. He ran a 4.37. Impressive. Very, very impressive. Check out this kid. Yo, I gave you this kid in the summer. This kid is like Michael Myers. You can't get rid of him. And they even said, they're like, yo, this kid's been around. This past season, he played for Florida. His name is Jermichael Studevant. I feel like I've been watching this kid since like 2018. Legit, I feel like I've been watching him. I feel like I have a personal relationship with this kid. This kid has been to at least 4 to 5 colleges. He ran 2.4. He ran twice, and he ran a 4.41 2 times. He'll get a shot. Okay, back in May when I started this, the first wide receiver I dropped, Carnell Tate from Ohio State. 6'2", 192. His first 40, he stumbled, which was odd. He could have got out of it, but he stepped in. He stayed in it. He ran a 4.54. You think that bothers me? No. He ran a second time, and he ran a 4.54 again. And there's idiots out there saying, "Oh, he had a bad day. He's gonna." Check this time out. When I've been talking about the LSU wide receivers. LSU, another wide receiver, Xavier Thomas, LSU, 5'10", 4.28. How did LSU like? How did Garrett Nussmeyer, whatever the hell his name is, how did he not throw for like 5,000 yards when every single one of your wide receivers ran in 4.4? Crazy. Okay. Mississippi State, Brandon Thomas, wide receiver. He's on the smaller side. He's like 180 pounds, small. He ran the fastest time. He ran a 4.26. I said that a long time ago. He would run means nothing to me because if you, it means something to Stinky Foots when he was blowing up Xavier Worthy. He's like Xavier Worthy, Xavier Worthy, Xavier Worthy. And when you see the fastest NFL times, like in the last 10 years, I think Xavier Worthy is still the only guy in the league. And he was drafted like what, last year, the year before? You're out of the league. You're out of the league. Yo, 4.2 does not mean you're a great wide receiver. It doesn't. Doesn't impress me. All right, gotta be careful. Again, talking about another Texas Tech player, Reggie Virgil. Again, another one. He ran a 4.6. Texas Tech fans lose their shit. Check this out. I'm proud of this one. I found this kid in the middle of the season. This kid looks like a straight nerd. Bro, this kid makes Rudy look like Randy Moss. And his name is Caden Wetchen. He plays for Iowa. Running back, wide receiver, kick returner, punt returner. Does everything. I did a video on him early in the season, and I'm like, I put like 3 guys in that athlete department where you're going to be a special teamer. He showed up today, I swear to God. Like, if I was checking credentials and this kid told me he was a Division I player, I'd be like, take a walk. This kid looked like effing R2D2. Road Gamer 1, what's up? Tennessee Vols wide receiver. Brazil is a dog. He is, I did a video on him, I believe August the 1st, and I said he's a monster, and I said he's crazy fast, and I said he's going to have a great year. And guys were shitting on him the entire season, but yet I saw that in August. But I went back to his Tulane tape in 2023. So getting back to this kid, Caden Wetchen from Iowa. You gotta watch this. I'm sorry. You can probably Google it. Bro, this kid, it looked like he had a pot. He looked like he had a gut, too. But he ran a 4.48. It was one of the most impressive things I've seen. He looks like a pizza delivery guy. I'm like, this kid doesn't play football. Like, if he showed up Division III, I'd be like, no. This kid does not even look like a football player. Don't underestimate looks, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This kid, and I comped him. I'm showing my age. I comped him to a poor man's Tim Dwight. And ironically, Tim Dwight, skinnier, but he went to Iowa. And Tim Dwight lasted about a decade in the NFL playing wide receiver, kick returner, punt returner. And this kid shows up today and ran a 4.8. I thought he was going to run like a 4.7, 4.8. Blew my mind, bro. Tonio Williams, Clemson. I think he's underrated. I truly think he does. He is. He ran a 4.42. Colby Young, University of Georgia. Again, 6'4". He ran a 4.49. Like I said, I apologize if I don't get crazy about numbers. There's probably, out of all the wide receivers, I got to go back, look more at 2, and then I got to do like 5 more, and then I'll do deep dives on them, and I'll put all their highlights, their stats, their tapes, and because I didn't know all of them, but yet everyone else will be like, oh yeah. But you see, that's why I number every single one of my draft prospects. So I can't bullshit you like everyone else does and lie, bro. Road Gamer 1, thank you for jumping in the house. Texas A&M's wide receiver Casey, I like him a lot. I can't give out too much in my rankings, but yeah, he didn't run today, but I like him a lot, man. I like Casey Concepcion. May end up being a very I'd be shocked if he gets past pick 40, 45. So I don't know if you can call that a sleeper, but no, I like him a lot. I do like Jordan Tyson. He just needs to stay healthy. Million other guys I like didn't even show up, man. Same thing with the running backs crew. But I can't say everybody I like. Like I said, I got to do more homework on about six more wide receivers. I'll do that Monday. Tomorrow is offensive line. Be prepared to see we don't know. Don't know. Maybe 6 guys are going to show up tomorrow. Don't know. I think it is a outrageous guard class. I think it is an outrageous right tackle class. I even think it's a good interior class. I think it's a good center class. You even have some centers that nice size. You got centers from 6'3" to 6'7". So much, oh, he can't be a center. He's too big. So I like the center class. I like the guard class. Love the right tackle class, and you can say this probably about 95% of the best right tackles, you can say they might be a better right guard, but I'm going to leave them at right tackle until they fail. And you're going to see other people, they'll have them at guards. No, I'm going to have them at tackle. Left tackle is a whole nother story. Left tackle is probably the worst left tackle class I have ever seen. I'm being honest, bro. Road Gamer 1. This year is looking like it's going to be a very good class all over. A lot of good players in this year's draft. Listen, a lot of guys are like, I think you're going to get great value. Listen, I only got like 12 guys with a round 1 grade, but I think once you start getting to 2 to even 5 to 6, crazy value, in my opinion. And even round 7, I'm throwing darts all day long. Even undrafted free agents. The D tackle, the edge class, it's going to go. The safety class is going to go to undrafted free agents. The quarterbacks, no. But it's not the best draft ever, but there's a lot of solid players. You're gonna, round 2, you're gonna get kids with crazy value. Round 3, you're gonna get kids with crazy value. I even think round 4, 5, you're gonna get kids. You're gonna get starters, man. At least I know I can, but we all know half of the NFL cannot draft. And I've said it once, and I'll say it again. This is fantasy football for billionaires, man. It's fantasy football for nerds, man. Outside of the quarterback, this is a brutal quarterback class. Brutal. And I like Mendoza, bro. He seems like a nice kid. Cuban kid, religious. I just don't know, bro. I got a bad feeling about him. All I'm trying to say is don't take my word for it. To truly grade him, watch his 2 years at Cal. But he has that size. 6'5", 225, and an arm. But in the NFL, he's not going to have that spread out. He's going to be under the center. And shit happens so much faster under the center first when you're spread out and you got 4 wide receivers. Million more running backs I liked that didn't run, and million more wide receivers, but I can't give out my secrets yet. Like I said, I got about 6 wide receivers to do more homework on. Altogether, maybe 20 players I got to do more homework on. Then the rankings will start in March, but let's get through tomorrow and let's get through Monday. And then the rankings are going to start. And then January, then April. My brain is shot with a million names. Then April, we're going to have fun, bro. April, mock drafts every day. Your daily sleeper of the day. Last year, 50% of my sleepers got drafted. I don't know, man. Like I said, this is what I do. I try my best and I'm honest. That's why I rank my players and I say when I put them out. Where people just put out like a top 100 list, a top 200 list, a top 300 list. Helen Keller can do that. I want to know if you're in the room and your team is on the clock and there's 2 wide receivers, who are you going to take? Granted, that could be subjective because your team, injuries, free agency, might need one player, one specific type of player than the other. So that I understand. But I rank all, I don't rank my sleepers, but I rank all my players. And majority of other draft channels don't. But listen, bro, and if I, yo, Mike Washington, Cowboys champ, gave me him, bro. I shot him out earlier. I sent him a text. I'm like, bro, you got an eye for talent. Robert Henry, the kid from University of Texas San Antonio, Cowboys corner. He told me about. He asked me about him. I'm like, yo, I got no clue. This is the beginning of the season, and then I did a deep dive on him. I was watching him. I'm like, yo, this kid can run, man. You tell me somebody, if I don't know him, I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna be like Stinky Foots and a lot of other dudes and try to just like say I know him. I'll tell you I don't know him. But it's nothing. There's nothing embarrassing by saying that. But I'll say I'll go watch 6, 7 of his games, do a deep dive on you, and I'll get back to you. And I've done that with everybody. And if you give me somebody, and I shot on everybody. Why would I not? This is what I understand. There's 9 billion people in this world, and people fight over subscribers. Rogue Gamer One, same here, man. Who's your team? Yeah. Don't hate me for it. I'm a Cowboys fan, but this is a draft channel, 365, 24/7. But I'm a Dallas fan, but don't hate me for it. But this is draft. After the draft, I will grade all 32 teams. I do mock drafts for all 32 teams. After the draft, I will grade every 32, all teams' drafts. I grade them. And then we got to probably have about a 3-4 week period where we go through all their undrafted free agents that they have, because after the draft, they have tryouts and priority free agents. So then I go through them as best as I can. And probably by May the 10th, May 15th, I'll be right back out to throwing out prospects. It's what I do. I know it's maybe not that popular to do draft, but love college football, and I just love football in general. And the Dallas Cowboys have sucked for the last 31 years. So, and I'm tired of talking about, hey, remember when? No. Like I said, I apologize. Numbers don't impress me. Tape. Combine is medical and tape. Rogue Gamer, thank you for jumping in the chat. You're welcome. I don't know whose team you're a fan of, but you talked about Brazil. He's a dog. He is. I like Casey Concepcion a lot. I do. I like Texas A. Everyone's blowing up Texas A&M's left guard, Chase Pasantis. I think Texas A&M's right guard, Reed Adams, is a monster. I think Zune, the left tackle, who they're switching to center. I think it's like Overstrand. I did a video. Their right tackle is a monster. I did like Scooby Williams linebacker until he weighed in at 217 pounds. Bro, remember this name, the blanket. Remember this name, the blanket. Will Lee, cornerback, Texas A&M. Remember this name. Next, I don't care where he gets drafted. Remember this name, because you're going to hear this name as long as he stays healthy next year in the NFL. Because we don't know when you're out with GWO. Think he ran. I don't think he. I haven't done the CBs yet. I got to do the CBs too. Fuck. All right, so tomorrow I've done this. Tomorrow is going to be offensive line and CBs. I'm out. Peace. Thank you for jumping in the chat.